Yes, and we're back with another episode of MMA UK Breaking News, baby. And this time the news isn't 3 days old like the last one. It's actually from today, and it's nice and fresh. Before we get on, I'll just introduce our guest. Because of today's breaking news, I had to find a Welsh expert. Ricky Wright was busy, so I had to settle for the beautiful Lewis Smith instead. How's it going, Lewis? I hope you had a nice Christmas.
Yeah, it's going well, Peter. Thanks. Had a lovely Christmas. I don't know about expert, but I'm definitely Welsh. Maybe not as Welsh as Whitney Wright, but yeah, definitely about Mason Jones.
Daddy. And you and my kids were going to jump on. I said to Lewis before we went live. Right, I'll be with you in a minute. In 5 minutes. Right, so before we go on, as usual, if you like our videos and stuff, and you check the rest of the channel, there's hundreds and thousands of interviews. We've interviewed everybody, so be sure to press subscribe. You can also find us on Facebook at MMA UK News, on Twitter at We Are MMA UK, and on Insta, MMA UK, bottom score, Insta. And there's more on this story on our website, MMAUK.net, where you get more information. So pretty much what happened was, on Twitter, people were talking about the Leon Edwards fight. And somebody posted a tweet. They also posted an image, either from a UFC or the ESPN website, a UFC production prompt, and it basically had the whole card for that event on Wednesday, 20th January, which Leon Edwards was headlining. Now, looking at the fights, there's already some of the fights that were confirmed. And on that, it looks quite real and legit. I also know that Leron Murphy's meant to be on that card, and his fight's on there, which makes me think it's legit. And on there, it says Mason Jones will be making his UFC debut against Mike Davis. So it's just a rumor at the moment. It's not confirmed. I've also got a very good Welsh source checking it out, and they're going to get back to me later today. But everything seems legit, and hopefully it is true, and we'll get to see Mason make his debut. So first of all, Lewis, what's your reaction to that?
Reaction initially, I mean, I think Mason's at that stage now where opponent doesn't really matter at this level of UFC for him. I think he did so well in Cage Warriors. Obviously, every performance he had was amazing. Really, really exciting fights as well. You know, really good finishes and dominant victories. 2 belts, you couldn't ask for better with 2 finishes and 2 belts in 2 different weight classes. So to go up to the UFC now, I think what everyone, particularly in Wales and across the UK, is excited for is just to see him get in there and get that first fight in the octagon, get the gloves on, step in there. If it is on Fight Island, you'd assume it would be. Obviously the opponent might be true, might not. It's just a rumor, but you assume either way it's going to be on that card out in Fight Island. And I think, like I said, it's just a case for Mason now. He's so exciting. He's got so many fans across the UK that just seeing him fight and put a performance in the UK is really what we want to see, regardless of the opponent at the moment.
Do you know much about his opponent, Mike Davis? I think he's only had 2 defeats. He was on the Contender Series, got beat by decision. Then I think he went away and won a couple of fights. Came back. I think he lost his UFC debut to Gilbert Burns, which is no shame in losing to that guy. And then he won his last fight there in October. So he does seem like a very dangerous opponent as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing when you get to UFC, everyone's dangerous. I know I'm not too familiar with him, but I saw his record and he won his last one by a knockout. He's got some big wins, some big losses as well over big names, I should say. So, there's no easy outs when you get there, is there? You step up to the big time, and every fight you're fighting a potential champion from another organization or a world-class athlete. So, I think Mason knows it's not going to be easy. I think everyone who watches UFC knows it's not going to be easy to make that jump up. But for me, I'm Welsh. I'm constantly optimistic, and I think, honestly, at this stage, that entry-level UFC, I think Mason's more than capable of beating anyone at that level and really moving on and pushing on in the next couple of years, to be honest.
I'm practically Welsh as well, because I love shagging sheep and all. So.
There we are.
As I say, we all know, obviously we've seen Mason close up. We know how good, we all rate him as a world-class fighter. Me, I'm a massive Jack Shore fan. When I first kind of came on to Mason, I thought, yeah, he's okay. But I think it's been his last couple of fights. He's really, really impressed me. And I just think that last one, when he won both belts, I'm thinking this guy is world class. His time now to come to the UFC, and hopefully, I think he's going to. I think a lot of people are going to know who Mason Jones is after this fight, and so I can't wait to see him make a run. He's got a potential to go all the way. I can't wait to see his journey. I'm really, really excited. He's not even Scottish.
No, he definitely has. And he's got everything. He's got everything right as well at the moment. You know, he's got a really good camp down in Abbotsford Celtic Pride. He travels to a couple of different gyms across Wales, and he's got a really kind of tight knit group of people who, really push him on. I can see Frankie just saying that he's had his pre-fight COVID test, so that is again another good sign there. But back to what I was saying, Mason's he's got a great setup at the moment. A lot of people behind him. I know he goes out to Sacramento with Team Alpha Male and does a little bit out there as well to really get that high level sparring. So I think Mason's a guy that you really can push on. Like you said, he's got all the potential in the world. Lovely guy outside of the ring, absolute savage inside of there, and can't wait to see this next fight. I don't. If it is Mike Davis, it's going to be the one I'm looking forward to. Honestly,
yeah, I know we've had that conversation before when people make their debut. Sometimes they get somebody else making their debut, and sometimes they get somebody who's had 3, 4, 5 fights. So obviously he's fighting somebody who's had a couple of fights, but he's not won them both. They've got obviously Mason's undefeated. This guy's only lost 2-1 to an absolute animal of a fighter. So yeah, right. She's a wee superstar in the making. She's always doing TikTok videos. I'll need to get her into MMA and she can learn the ropes off Katie and how to do interviews and stuff.
Yeah, so, get her an MMA t-shirt, Peter.
Yeah, I can't remember what I was saying now. Yeah, so obviously I don't think this is like a mismatch in any way at all. I think it would be a tight fight, but I think Mason will show the world how good he really is and come to it unscathed. And then hopefully I'll get another fight later in the year. Hopefully COVID doesn't mess things up too much this year. Hopefully we can get back to normal and get much more fights. And we can all get out of lockdown and we can go to events and stuff again and sit cage side.
Yeah, well, that's what we want, isn't it? Go in to see our guys. We obviously push UK fighters so much and we follow them so closely that when you don't get to see them for such a long period of time, it can be a bit demoralizing. But honestly, we do it because we love it. And I think I can speak for everyone at MMA UK and even just media companies across the UK. We really want to get back to these shows and see our guys doing what they do best. And if the last go by, we got a lot of British who's going to put on a show for us. So yeah, a lot.
So there you go, peeps. So I know everybody watching this will be rooting for Mason as well. And so, as I said at the start of the video, if you like these videos and all that, be sure to subscribe. And I think we'll be back later on. I'm not sure who yet to do a reaction to the Leon Edwards fight being cancelled. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch everybody later.